Hey, 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 love and light to each and every one of you guys. Welcome to the Dope Black Chick Podcast, your audio guide to releasing your dopeness. Let's jump into today's topic, okay? So, I had a couple of clients and friends who were dealing with bad breakups. So I had to address these things. I always have the girlfriend advice moments on the phone. A lot of you guys do the same thing too. And we're really supporting a sister who is going through something. Be it a relationship that we wanted to end. That's not being mean. That's just looking out for your sister. But for whatever reason, she has kept this relationship going. Or it could be a relationship that we just didn't even see coming to an end, and it did. But however it may be, we're going to break down the breakup today on the show, okay? Because way too many women have experienced breakups, and it can be a defining moment in our lives. I am one of those people. I've had lots of breakups, but there's been one that was a defining moment in my life, and it was an opportunity for me to see and learn some things, right? So we're going to break down breakups today. And dating, divorce, long relationships, friendships, situationships, all of those things, we've all experienced the breakup. Sometimes you initiate the breakup. Sometimes somebody's throwing the breakup at you, but I think it's clear and safe to say that everyone listening to this podcast has experienced a breakup. So let's just jump into it. Number one, it's not fun. Breakups aren't fun. They're always awkward. But what I have come to learn is that they are definitely necessary. I know you're probably saying, listen, trust me, I've been there. I had to give that disclaimer first before I start giving you guys the deets on the breakups. But they've all been necessary. Like, seriously, if you're going through a breakup right now, that might not make sense to you. But anyone that has been through one, let's sit down and evaluate and be real about it. Every breakup that you've been through was necessary. And in evaluating the process of life and evaluating, how things are going in our journey, you begin to realize that there are only so many things that are guaranteed to benefit you. And breakups are one of those things. Now, let me tell you why I say that. Every breakup I've had was necessary. Every breakup that you've been through is necessary. And it may not seem like it was when you're going through it. But afterwards, you can clearly see that had to happen, that breakup had to take place. This is why I'm saying that. There are relationships or situationships that we've been in where we have allowed people to treat us poorly. And we allowed it because we didn't even know our own value. But it takes going through a situation of being treated poorly and recognizing your worth for you never to allow that to happen again. So some breakups are necessary. If you're in a situation where, your significant other is not necessarily abusive, but just not that fit for you because you don't know it. And this is why it happens a lot when we're younger. It happens a lot when we're younger because we're still trying to figure out who we are. And as you're beginning to figure out who you are, you're going to break up with some people along the way because you're not knowing exactly what you want, what you desire, what you even deserve. But once you figure it out, you and that person will not align. So what has to happen? You're going to have to break up. Okay? So think about it that way. Breakups are necessary because breakups are a symbol of growth, and or let's put it on the other foot. If you're the person who's doing the cheating or whatever, and somebody broke up with you because you were cheating, then this is your opportunity to learn. Now, I'm not saying that everybody learns from breakups. A lot of people don't. A lot of people stay bitter and they love to point the finger and say, so-and-so drove me to it. Well, it's not my fault. They're crazy, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, down the road, you will learn to take accountability for your part in a relationship. That is why breakups are so necessary. Why breakups give us a clear path, a clear documentation of our behavior in relationships. I can look back at every breakup and I see how I behaved in those relationships or what I allowed to go on in relationships. So I'll just give you guys, for instance, when I was in college, I'm going to go with a college relationship. When I was in college, I had 3 relationships in college. Okay. One was my first and only interracial relationship. That was interesting. It taught me a lot about myself. It taught me that I cannot kiss a white boy, okay? But it also taught me that I thought that white boys were cool and sexy. I'm attracted to them sometimes. But, it let me know what I was willing to have and what I wasn't willing to have in a relationship. And my preference is a man. But, I just got to be real about it. I'm just strictly dickly. So, a man is enough. It suffices, but it's not enough. But I'm just saying that's the base preference right there. But what I learned is that above that, there is also this thing I have for the brothers. I like the chocolate and I just feel safe and secure with the chocolate. More so than I do with the vanilla. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that. Then there was this other relationship with a guy that was not the best thing for me. But this was a period where I was learning my own dopeness. Like, I knew that I had different perspectives than other people. I wasn't cliquish. So especially in college, I was really like a loner in college. I had 3 girlfriends that I saw from time to time and we spent time together. But on a day-to-day basis, it was me solo dolo. Like, I was really embracing being with myself and figuring out who this girl is in college. And so there was this guy that I met, and for whatever reason, he was everything outside of what I could possibly be attracted to. I think that's when I began the benefit of the doubt syndrome. Benefit of the doubt syndrome is where you're just like, well, everybody else isn't working, so let's give this a try. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's outside of what my standard says, let's give it a try anyway. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. I was in the benefit of the doubt syndrome. And this person just really was not, they didn't respect me. They didn't hold me to a high caliber as the way I thought of myself, but I allowed them to. So as strong and as confident as I was in who I was and knowing who I was and what I was capable of, I allowed this person to cheapen or diminish what I was. Like, they didn't treat me to the same level that I treated myself, yet I allowed them to. And so that relationship went on for a little while, but it catches up, and I started to learn, and I was like, I'm sorry, sir, this is not gonna work. Kick him to the curb. You know what I'm saying? But it was after I've poured in a lot of myself to this person. Third relationship, same thing. It was different as far as standards. This person definitely respected me and saw me, because now I'm beginning to build, like, you let people treat you how you allow them to, right? So I'm building on each relationship. I'm learning what I will and will not allow in a relationship. But this relationship was a situation where maybe he was cheating, maybe he wasn't, maybe he was on the verge of cheating, but it was basically a phone call that broke this up. And I had no problem. The way that I handled that breakup was really cool. But that breakup was when I said, I will not allow you to disrespect me in any form whatsoever. And that was when I kind of solidified putting my foot down, never allowing any man to disrespect me in any way. And I felt disrespected by this phone call. So that was enough to say goodbye and not think twice about it. I was very proud of myself, and I was very proud of the way that I cut off a 2-year relationship very easily, because you violated this level of respect for myself. So I'm saying all of that and going through just those little 3 relationships because it's important for you to see that, as dismal as it may seem right now and as sad as you may be about this breakup or relationship, whatever it is that you're going through, trust and believe that there are some learning opportunities in that. And I have only seen opportunities for growth in every breakup, because honestly, if the relationship or situationship was good, there wouldn't really be a breakup. And if there is a breakup, it's because one or both of the parties, it's time to adjust. It's time to go somewhere else, or someone has something to learn. You know what I'm saying? So even if someone breaks up with you, are they breaking up with you because they're growing and they need a different atmosphere, or maybe they're just not fitting because you've grown? It's so many things to learn from breakups that I don't even see breakups as bad things anymore. And I believe that goes for every relationship. If that's with the friendship, if that's with a personal, intimate relationship, you should start looking at it that way. Like, if this breakup has to happen, then it's not as bad. I think sometimes we try to save the relationship when the person is telling you, I gotta go, or I don't need to be here, or you don't need to be here. Whatever the situation is telling you, you gotta listen to that. And stop trying to save things, because what we can do is, in the process, if someone is telling you I need to step away so I can grow, or I can spread my wings and really see who I am or who I'm evolving into, and you don't allow them to do that, it's like caging in a bird. So do you think when they finally get a hold of who they are and their capabilities and their potential, that they're going to want to roost with you? It's just not going to happen. They're going to want to be amongst someone who is going to allow them to spread their wings and feel free. If they feel caged with you, they'll never come back. My thing is, if you have to go to grow, in that growth period does not mean that I may not return to you. It's possible, but then again, I may grow and realize the strength of that relationship and want to return to you. So yeah, man, I wanted to break down the breakup, because people see breakups so bad, and I have friends that are going through divorces and they get depressed. They get depressed because you think that the divorce is a symbol of your failure, or, you know, especially divorces. I'm going to hone in on those because it's a scary place to be. I said at an event that I spoke at recently about how divorce is literally the death of the marriage idea or concept that you or that significant other had. So you are grieving the loss of the marriage that you had with this person. So it is definitely much more serious than most people think. People think that folks that get divorces are just genuinely lazy people and they don't want to put in the hard work for marriage. That is so not true. But divorce is hard and painful for people. So I wanted to give someone who is going through a divorce or any breakup for that matter, I want to give you a new perspective on it, because as a dope black chick, you have to recognize that perspectives are everything. Perspective alleviates some of the worries and stresses that we carry from day to day. And most importantly, a dope black chick is always aware that she's evolving constantly, and there's always an opportunity to learn. And that is what a breakup will give you. It gives you that option. It gives you that opportunity to truly learn about yourself, to learn about who you are growing into and what you are looking for in your future, what kind of relationships you want to have. But regardless of how bad it seems or how painful it may be in the moment, I promise you breakups are always going to be for your good. Always going to be for your good. The only way it cannot be for your good is if you fail to see that perspective. Even if you were the one doing the cheating or disrespecting someone, if you fail to see how to learn from that, then yes, you'll recognize that you lost a good one. But if you do learn from it, you'll say, I lost a great person, but that great person still made me a good person because I learned from the mistake. Did y'all get that? So that's why I'm giving you guys breaking down the breakup. A lot of people go through them. If you haven't gone through one, trust you will. But hopefully along your journey, when you start to look back and you start to learn from those experiences and those breakups, you will get yourself to a place that the next relationship that you're in doesn't have to end, because you've got it now. You got it, So yeah, guys, that's basically the show for today. Breaking down the breakups. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that it was able to help you through. I would love to hear from you guys, so shoot me an email, Isis, ISIS, at IHearThatGirl.com, or hit us up on social media. Of course, you can always find us on Instagram at The Dope Black Chick. Almost forgot. At The Dope Black Chick, or my personal page, which is at Isis_Thomas. Hey guys, we're now on Google Play and Spotify, so make sure you tune into the show. If you'd like to advertise your business on the Dope Black Chick podcast, get at us. Visit www.IHearThatGirl.com. And until next time, loves, peace and blessings.